Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Bishwajit Datta, and you are watching The Clatologist. Clatologist means basically the platform, or you can say the institution that would prepare students for different law entrance examinations, specifically CLAT. That is the reason why it is called as Clatologist. The name suggests Clatologist. This particular session is basically for the students who are right now aspiring for CLAT 2025 entrance examinations. Now CLAT 2025 is going to be conducted in December 2024. That means a year later. And this is for all such students right now who are studying in 11th standard and maybe planning to write their 11th standard exams. And hopefully in 1.5 to 2 months, they will be reaching to 12th standard. उस लिहाज से this particular session will be helping for all such people who are now aspiring to write CLAT next year. So this would be CLAT 2025. In fact, you can subscribe our channel to get all the informations related to this particular examinations. Not just that, but also the different variety of courses that you can avail in the offline as well as in the online mode. You can always be able to do that. The mock test papers, the test series, and other variety of elements that we do to make people prepare for CLAT 2025. Now today's session, as you could see, that I have written two most important things that somebody should do when you are preparing for CLAT exam. वैसे तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें you must be hearding and you must be realizing after doing your preparations. You must be talking to the people who have selected in the examinations and trying to get the tips from them. Just give us some very important tips that could help us. Maybe the mentors that you are talking to would be helping you all the way throughout your preparation. Now what my take in this particular segment is that there are two things that you must do. I believe some people may be doing it unconsciously just because of the fact that it is a part of the preparation. So people can imagine that whatever I am doing, it is already there. So I'm sure that I'm not missing anything. But telling you frankly, to realize something consciously is a major thing for anything that you would pursue in life. If I do not consciously understand what I'm doing, I'm not able to convert my efforts into reality. So a conscious understanding towards a thing is much more required. So what are the two things that I believe that somebody should do it consciously? That means whenever you will be doing that, you would be consciously understanding this fact that why I am doing. I have a purpose of doing this. I want to convert something out of this. So if you are doing it that way, I would believe that somewhere down the line you are going to get a benefit out of this. So what is that? We all read newspapers. You read newspapers on a daily basis. Okay? Why do we read newspapers? Because we do realize that newspaper is the major source of all the important general knowledge, the information that is going to cater around 30% of my paper in the exam. Okay, for that purpose I am reading my newspaper. So what is my conscious input into this? My conscious input is that I am doing newspaper just to make the preparation of my general knowledge part. Okay, so that means you are preparing 30% of the paper, keeping a conscious mind, on the general knowledge. Now the other 70% part of the paper is depending on what? Is completely dependent on what? The reading skills. अब मैं यहाँ पर स्किल नहीं बोलूँगा, रीडिंग पार्ट बोल लेते हैं कि आपको पता है कि आपको रीड करके सॉल्व करना है. अब टेकिंग दैट मैथमेटिक्स पार्ट आउट where you are supposed to solve around 12 to 15 questions. If I take that out, because mathematics part is also having lot of reading part, but people do complain lot of times that we are not able to solve mathematics part. We'll have another session to talk about how somebody can score the marks in the mathematics part. Keeping that aside, I believe that most of the time you are involved in reading that question paper. मतलब आप देखो ना, आप इस साल का क्लैट का पेपर देखो, आप लास्ट ईयर का क्लैट का पेपर देखो, आप किसी भी साल का क्लैट का पेपर देखो, केवल रीडिंग 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 एंड रीडिंग है. द होल पेपर इज कंप्राइजिंग ऑफ रीडिंग मटेरियल. All that you are reading and reading and reading and reading, isn't it? And after reading that, you are supposed to mark your answers. So you have a long way to go after reading the text, whether it is in the critical reasoning part, or it is in the English part, or it is in the legal reasoning part. You are reading that and then you are going to mark your answers. That means lot of your answers, lot of your accuracy, I would say everything depends on what you interpret, what you comprehend, what you understand out of that reading, isn't it? So the two major things that you are supposed to do is, number one is reading and number two is writing. Now reading was always there, but it was an unconscious reading. I'm reading just because that I would like to find out the answer of the question. I'm reading an English passage just because that I would like to find out the answer of the question. I'm reading critical reasoning because I would like to infer the reasoning out of a particular argument in the paper. I'm reading legal reasoning just because I would like to trace out the viable answer out of the given principle. So you are reading and you are consciously thinking like that. But what I'm asking you to consciously think that you cannot miss the essence of your reading. The essence of your reading is to infer things accurately. Now that would definitely come out of lot of practice. Lot of practice, lot of practice, lot of practice. That means practice, 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 practice and practice is the major key to clear these particular examinations. But the thing that you read, are you able to retain in your mind for a longer period of time? Because when you read something in a newspaper, you believe that this year if you look at the question paper, after reading all the elements, you will find out, oh my God, all that I find in this paper, I actually had read in the newspaper, I had read somewhere or the other way, I had read somewhere or the other way, somewhere इन माई प्रेपरेशन, थ्रू आउट माई प्रेपरेशन, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था जो मैंने कभी रीड नहीं किया. तो फिर मेरा सिलेक्शन क्यों नहीं हुआ? तो फिर उनका सिलेक्शन क्यों नहीं हुआ जो इतना प्रिपेयर करते थे? क्योंकि यू रेड इट बट यू हैव नॉट कॉन्शियसली टेकन इट टू योर ब्रेन विच यू कुड कन्वर्ट इन टू रियलिटी. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू दैट वॉट एवर दैट यू रीड, ट्राई टू राइट ऑल्सो. That means if you're reading an article, the judgment of the abrogation of Article 370, please write it down in your own words. Write it down in your own words so that you can convert into an argument. At any point of night, maybe on midnight, if I take you out of an argument, you can say, okay, I'm ready for the argument. I need not go to the page again. I need not go to the judgment again because I have written it in my own words. Since I have written it in my own words, that means now I am able to do an argument at any point of time. We do lot of reading, but we do not write. So writing is another part which I believe that is going to immensely help all the students preparing for CLAT 2025. So what you read, try to write it down in your own words. If you're reading it today through an article, try to get more information through internet, try to get more inputs from other sources, and then accumulate them together and then write it down in a piece of paper. Try to always have 450 to 500 words of writing on any argument that you see in a newspaper. Okay, and then try to see the change that you are getting. क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली आपको रीड करना, रीडिंग इज द की, और रीडिंग के बाद आपको मार्क करना है. तो मार्किंग इज ऑल्सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन हाउ डू यू अंडरस्टैंड. तो हमारा इंटरप्रिटेशन जो है ना, उसको आपका राइटिंग स्किल्स बहुत हद तक बेहतर करता है. क्योंकि जो आप रीड करते हो दैट इज बाय वे ऑफ हियरिंग, आपके दिमाग में जाता है, कान में जाता है. ओके, कान के थ्रू दिमाग में जा रहा है. तो व्हेन यू राइट इट डाउन, यू आर पुटिंग constant efforts, you're putting lot of conscious effort to make that completely registered, not just in your brain but in your preparation completely. क्या होता है ना, आपने थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रिपरेशन किया एंड यू पुट इट समवेयर इन द माइंड. इन योर माइंड देयर वर सर्टेन स्पेसेस जहाँ पर वो इन्फॉर्मेशन जाके है ना एम्बेड हो जाता है. बट यू नो कि भाई मैंने यहीं पर रखा है इन्फॉर्मेशन. व्हेन आई ओपन द लीड ऑफ दैट आई विल बी एबल टू गेट ऑल इन्फॉर्मेशन आउट. तो राइटिंग करने से वो होता है, राइटिंग करने से वो सारा का सारा जो आपने पढ़ा है ना, वो एक्यूमुलेट होकर एक जगह पर स्टोर हो जाता है. सो एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आप कुछ रीडिंग देखेंगे ना, तुरंत आपको वो याद आएगा, अच्छा इस पे आया, चंद्रयान पे आया, मैंने चंद्रयान पे राइटिंग ऑलरेडी लिख रखा है, उसमें ये इनपुट्स थे. सो देयरफॉर नाउ आई एम एबल टू डू दिस पैसेज विदाउट एनी एफर्ट्स. ठीक है. अच्छा, स्पेशल मैरिज एक्ट पर है. अच्छा, स्पेशल अरेंज मैरिज एक्ट पे जो चीजें यहाँ बता रही है ये ऑलरेडी मैंने खुद ने लिख रखा है. ओके. अच्छा, फैमिली लॉ पे रहा है. आप देखो ना, हर साल फैमिली लॉ पे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. एवरी ईयर यू विल फाइंड आउट ए पैसेज. एक दो पैसेज आपको फैमिली लॉ पे मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. मैं देख रहा हूँ ना, हर साल 2 पैसेजेस आपको फैमिली लॉ पे मिलता ही मिलता है. नाउ व्हाई डोंट वी राइट आवर ओन अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट फैमिली लॉ, छोटे छोटे आर्टिकल्स. I believe that that is going to help us, in doing such passages that we see in the paper. So the two major things that I would emphasize right now to all the students who are preparing for CLAT 2025, that whatever that you are reading, please convert it into writing. Please do convert it into writing. When you do that, I'm telling you, आप जो कर रहे हो ना, उसके 50% एफर्ट में आपको उससे 3 गुना ज़्यादा रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा. Okay, this is all I'm telling with a lot of sincerity and consciousness, that if you do it you will find it out. Okay, तो इसको करिए and see the result. This is the more major thing, major challenge that somebody at this point of time is facing, कि मैं इतना पढ़ लेता हूँ, इतने पैसेज किए, मैंने इतने मॉक्स किए, इतने सारे मॉक्स किए, उसके बाद भी मैं देखो 60 नंबर के ऊपर जा नहीं पाया. This is the only reason that you have done it, but you are not able to consciously convert into your score, and that is because कि आपने पढ़ा और आप भूल गए. यू आर नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल एनीथिंग. हम सब की प्रॉब्लम ये कि आज जो हम पढ़ते हैं कल हम भूल जाते हैं, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके वो डिसिपेट हो जाता है, एंड अल्टीमेटली ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ टाइम हम भूल जाते हैं. तो एनीथिंग दैट यू आर राइटिंग, प्लीज कीप इट राइटिंग, कीप इट राइटिंग. ट्राई टू राइट वॉट एवर दैट यू रीड, क्योंकि इस एग्जाम में और कुछ बचा नहीं. आई एम टेलिंग यू, इस एग्जाम को आपको कोई ऐसे बिठा करके याद नहीं करा सकता. आप देखो ना, याद करके, यू आस्क योर सीनियर्स, यू आस्क, लुक एट द पेपर. All the people right now who are preparing for this exam, CLAT 2025, you look at the paper and ask yourself consciously whatever that was taught in the class. You will find 90% of this were bullshit. कुछ काम ही नहीं आना आपको. इतना सारा मटेरियल देकर आपको लाख रुपए कोई ले रहा है तो आपको बेवकूफ़ी बना रहा है. Which you can do it with a very small penny. You need to have reading and writing. उसके लिए आपका एक मेंटर होना चाहिए, जो आप लिख रहे हो वो रोज चेक करे, आपके साथ वो इनपुट शेयर करे और आपके साथ मिलके वो राइटिंग को देखे, वो राइटिंग के साथ चले. एंड फॉर दैट आई वुड आस्क यू, ट्राई टू हैव समबडी विथ यू हु कैन कॉन्स्टेंटली बी एबल टू मूव विथ यू ऑन ए डेली बेसिस एंड कैन मेक ए चेक ऑन व्हाट आर यू स्टडिंग, व्हाट आर यू रीडिंग एंड व्हाट आर यू राइटिंग. मेरे को लगता है ये चीज़ आपको ज़्यादा हेल्प करेगा. एंड इफ दैट यू थिंक दैट somebody could help you out in this case, you can come to us, the clatologist. Will be mentoring student by student, sitting privately with students, giving every single input to the students, और इस प्रकार से कि भाई छोटे छोटे ग्रुप्स में, that over a period of time you will find out that yes, ये मेरे को बहुत हेल्प कर रहा है. Whatever that you are writing, faculty is checking, faculty is looking at it, giving inputs on it, and that's how you are moving forward. And second thing is कि यदि आप 2025 का पेपर दे रहे हैं, ट्राई टू रीड 20 से 25 बुक्स, 20 से 25 बुक्स और उनके ऊपर छोटे छोटे शॉर्ट ब्रीफिंग्स. यदि आपने एक किताब पढ़ा है, फिर उसके ऊपर एक शॉर्ट ब्रीफिंग, आपने जो पढ़ा है उसमें क्या था, व्हाट वाज योर टेक अवेज फ्रॉम दैट बुक, वो आप लिखिए. डू रीडिंग ऑफ अराउंड 20 to 25 बुक्स. मैं आपको गारंटी दे रहा हूँ, यू आर गोइंग टू सिलेक्ट इन द एग्जाम. जस्ट डू इट इन ए कॉन्शियस मैनर. Come to the center, read a book throughout the day, and then write it down. Sometimes do not write once at a time. If you are reading a book of 300 pages, try to write in 3 parts. Read 100 pages and then write. Read another 100 pages and then write. Read another 100 pages and then write. And try to do this exercise, and believe you, you are going to find out amazing result out of this activity. We do help students this kind of activities. We have started, so we are finding a lot of positive outputs in the students who are doing 3 years of law programs right now. We have started with them for the last 2.5 months of time, and we believe that this is going to help students who are preparing for CLAT next year. If you find that yes, you need somebody to help you out, you can knock us, that is clatologist at Success Education Services at 93296 20356. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Have a great day.